Hello, I'm Christian Lowe, a saddler and fitter. Just a quick introduction to a product that I just put out, a wither gauge. I've been getting some requests on how it works and what it's for. People who are familiar with the Springer gauge, you know exactly what this is and how it's a useful tool. This is just a response to a friend of mine who had airport security. She tried to go through as carry-on. They confiscated it. And then I started I'll order another one, to find out that there was significant price increases on that. So I had a local company work with me to develop this that measures accurately the same as a Springer gauge. But this is from acrylic. It's lightweight, it's very durable, and hopefully will offend airport security less. I know a lot of fitters who spend a lot of time in airports instead of barns. But I think it's most useful as a communication tool. It's similar function as doing a wither tracing, although wither tracing arguably is more accurate in the sense that it follows the contour of the horse more closely and so on. But if you want to quickly establish a measurement for a horse and communicate, say, with a saddle maker you're working with or another fitter, that also has a gauge. You can say, hey, this horse is measuring a 4.5, which is fairly typical. That's your almost a medium wide. So literally this gauge goes over the exact same area as where you would put the points of a tree. So behind the scapula, you put it on the horse's wither, and you can just tighten the screw there. And what I like about it, as opposed to a wither tracing tool, is once you tighten that down, that measurement will stay tight, and you can work with your client and so on. You don't have to worry. If you drop it, it still is at the setting you left it at. So how it works is, if you're working with a saddler, let's say you're in America, they're in Britain, you can say, hey, I just measured a horse that's measuring a 5.5 or a 5.5, and they can now match that angle on a tree and set the tree to the angle of 5.5. Also, you can convert it into a measurement. If everyone's used to saying, hey, this opening of this tree is 27 centimeters, well, you can measure across the points of this gauge and just say, yeah, it's a 5.5, but it's measuring 28 centimeters or 27.5 or what have you. It's way more accurate than talking. What's creeping into the industry is when people talk about dot-to-dot measurements. And for those that know saddles well, know that that's not an accurate measurement, and it's taken quite high up in here. And depending on how high the panels are set up into the gullet of the saddle, that will change the dot-to-dot measurement, even though it could be a medium tree and it's measuring something a lot smaller if the panels are too high up in the gullet or so on. So it's simply a measuring device. I call it a communication tool. It's best that, if you're trying to work with, say, someone doing a fitting remotely, some fitters are very gifted at that. They work with clients from far away thanks to modern technology. But if you, say, sold your client one of these or let them borrow yours, mail it out to them, they take the measurement of their horse, and then you go through your inventory at home and say, yeah, I have a bunch of saddles that are matching that tree width. Of course, it's not a replacement for saddle fitting knowledge. It certainly is only measuring one angle of a tree. It has nothing to do whether it's the right shape of tree. It's just one tool that was already out on the marketplace, but seemingly in very, very limited supply and incredibly high price. So I have something that is Canadian made, easily available, and can make as many as we want on demand. Thank you.